this goes, they invite people of all backgrounds, races, and religions to build houses together in partnership and family community. As of today, they have built over 300,000 houses around the world, providing more than 1.5 million people in 3,000 communities with safe, decent, and affordable shelter. Habitat for Humanity was founded in 1976 by along with his wife, Linda. This project is the most successful senior community service project in the history of the United States. Ruler moved to Sire Africa's successful housing model. It was a success, and he later became convinced that this model could expand and be applied all across the world. He brought it to the United States in 1976, and Mule Driller died in February of this year at the age of 74. The selection process for Habitat for Humanity is a process where families in need of decent shelter apply to local habitat affiliates. The affiliate family selection committee chooses homeowners based on their level of need, their willingness to become part of this program, and their ability to repay the loan. Every affiliate follows a non-discriminatory policy of family selection. Neither race nor religion is a factor in choosing families to receive habitat housing. Here we have the application that's entitled My New Second Home for Habitat for Humanity. And on the inside it basically just tells what Habitat for Humanity is and has a few qualifications that they look for when choosing people for a habitat home. Habitat for Humanity operates worldwide. It includes more than 90 countries and all 50 states, the District of Columbia, Guam, and Puerto Rico. Operational headquarters for Habitat for Humanity are located in Americus, Georgia, and the administrative headquarters for Habitat for Humanity are located in Atlanta, Georgia. What is Energy Star? Energy Star is a government-backed program helping businesses and individuals protect the environment with superior energy efficiency. Energy efficient choices can save families about a third on their energy bills, with similar savings of greenhouse gas emissions, without do is throw in bids, rent out containers, and leave a label on containers. Recycling zones, you cannot recycle dishes, glasses, no ceramics, or mirrors. We talked in the difference between renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable can be used again, non-renewable can. Ways to go green your home, shorter showers, CFL light bulbs, and energy star appliances. Ways to go green your community, yard sales, plant trees, and rock. To wrap up our rediscovery presentation, we talked to kids and was not ready to go green. We showed them how to make better tax bracelets, and we are actually in the process of making a website to sell these on the internet and use money we made to buy more CFO light bulbs to donate to contact. Because we all go to college in less than a month, none of us were able to continue our project, so the Marion Public Library and SWAT's program for housing are making plans to continue our youth recycling and continue the activities that we helped them make success in the 60s.
We also built a small model of the houses we're building here in Marion County. We also tried to make some of the rooms that are actually in the house. We added our own style of furniture and everything. And we also have the sign in front that says, "My new touchy home, #free vanity."
And to conclude this presentation, for the green aspect, we went to the library for our many Go Green projects, teach them about recycling and how to go green. And for entrepreneurship, we bought the Energy Star appliances at a discounted price and sold them at retail price so we can make a profit. And we're also selling these on our website. And for the leadership part, we went and did our farm days and kids night out at Oak Barrel. We painted faces and also made journals and the coach type bracelets and also the tin cans. And now we have a video showing you how Habitat for Humanity is worldwide, and it shows you videos that use in different languages.
Just to kind of sum it all up again, because I know it was hard to hear, the green part of our project would be helping Habitat for Humanity learn how to go more green with Energy Star appliances, CFL light bulbs, solar panels, Energy Star windows, anything like that. Leadership, we went to the library Tuesday through Thursday and did all the arts and crafts, and then we did our mini Go Green presentation with the kids and showed them how to make the Coke tab bracelets. And then our entrepreneurial part, we're going to sell the Coke tab bracelets online and use that money to buy more CFL light bulbs to donate to Habitat for Humanity. And we're also going to buy Energy Star appliances at a discount price and sell them to Habitat for Humanity at the retail price to make money.
And we're also going to the Ross program again in August and doing the same presentation for the adults in the Ross program. So they'll know more about Habitat for Humanity.
Where do we go to do that?
It's in Hamilton Heights. at the Ross program, at the little center that they have.
And I want to tell you all also that they were complimenting you all at the youth council meeting we had in E-Town this past week for you all going to the housing, the libraries and everything. So I wanted you to know they're talking about you all and it's a positive way.
Thank you.
What type of environmental checklist did you use or other evaluation techniques to develop, to see your green impact at schools and buildings? Did you use any kind of checklist, or how do you know what kind of impact you made?
We just researched how much energy that Energy Star appliances saved and how much energy the CFL light bulbs save, and we just researched how these work and things like that. And all Americans that used or bought Energy Star appliances last year saved enough energy. What was it? Saved enough energy to light, give energy and light to 300,000 new homes. Or 300, was it 300 million?
It might have been one.
So yeah, we just researched, Energy Star appliances.
And it's just like one light bulb for each house.
Just one.
Just one.
So were you convinced? Did you all switch light bulbs in your house?
Yeah, that's why we're all gonna go out and buy like one light bulb a piece and donate it to the Habitat for Humanity house, so they can at least have one light bulb in each room. Help save money, and I know I'm going out to buy one too, so.
For your own house?
Mhm.
We have them in my house, and we just started using them last year, and we bought a Energy Star washer and dryer. So at the end of this year, we're actually going to compare energy bills and just see if what everyone said is true, how much we save.
In any of your research, did you see how the CFL light bulbs have changed, from when they very first came out to maybe now? Any improvements that they've made, or?
They use a lower watt, like a regular light bulb's 40 watt or 60 watt, and these are only 23 watt. So I guess uses more energy per watt, but it still gives out the same amount of light as a regular light bulb, and they last 7 years.
I also learned a whole lot because I didn't know that if you unplug things that's not used, that it would save a whole lot of energy. I didn't know that. So now I'm running around unplugging things that don't need to be plugged up, like my charger and all of that.
Cell phone chargers and laptop chargers use a lot of energy, even if
Even if they're plugged in?
if you're
Yes,
just
if you're not
plugging
using
it.
them, if your charger is plugged right there and your phone's not on, it uses so much energy just for being plugged in. So now it's just
Yeah,
So
I'm
a
running around
TV
everywhere.
will still use
Yeah.
energy?
Yes.
And lamps.
lamps.
How else has it affected you, your research, and things that you might do or change?
After this program, during the program, when we had presenters come and talk to us about all this, it just made me feel really wasteful. I wasn't meaning to be, but I was just wow. So I unplug everything now, and they're going out and buying light bulbs for their house.
And
What
I know
about your
that-
parents or your guardian?
Well, I told my mother, she's already kind of turn the TV off, you're not watching it.
Yeah.
Unplug that, do this, and short showers, come on, let's go. So now she's kind of trying to go out and buy the light bulbs, and she has 2 little babies, so she really tries to keep the little sockets to make sure nobody plugs anything in for no reason. And so she's, I told my family all about it, and I had a lot of family come in this weekend, and they had a lot of energy, going on, and I was telling them all about everything that I learned. They're like, oh, this job, oh my goodness, this job done made you. I'm like, well, it's actually the truth. So now they're kind of behind my back, kind of doing the things that I've been saying.
Yeah, I leave work every day and tell my friends what I learned, and they're really surprised. I was really surprised. I know that in my mom's shower, the faucet was leaking or dripping, and I didn't think anything about it until one day after work, and I was like, well, wonder how much water we're actually losing. So I put a 5-gallon bucket under the faucet for a whole 24 hours, and we were losing 2.5 gallons every 24 hours.
Wow.
So we're definitely going to get a new faucet. I was surprised it was that much.
Turn on your tap and get hot and cold running good. See the Hollywood's and the sturgeons being wiped out by detergents. Fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly, but they don't last long if they try. Pollution, you can use the latest toothpaste and then rinse your mouth with industrial waste. Just go out for a breath of air, and you'll be ready for taking care. The city streets are really quite a thrill. If the hoods don't get you, the monoxide will. Pollution, wear a gas mask and a veil. Then you can breathe, as long as you don't inhale.
Hello, my name is Adam, and this is Ryan, Joey, and Chris, and we are the Dons. We're here today to talk to you about recycling. We have another member. She made that poster right there. She's on with us. Her name was Laura. Anyway, we're here to talk to you about recycling, and if you notice the display board behind me, you'll see some facts about recycling, like what you can recycle and what you can't recycle. And on the other side are some locations in Marion County that you can bring your recycled material to. All right. Before we get into it, I'd like to explain to you what recycling is. Recycling refers to the process of collecting used items and reprocessing them. In this process, the used items are sorted and processed to be used as raw materials for the production of new products. Recycling means using the core elements of an old product and manufacture and make new products. Recycling means using some of the most common items that are recycled are plastic, glass, and etc.
There's 3 stages of recycling. The first stage is collecting, which is a process where they're sorted and cleaned. The second stage involves the manufacturing of the recycled goods and new products. And the final stage is where people buy the recycled products that's made from recyclables. Instead of making new products with like items that you pick up, recycled, buy them. That would help reduce the landfill rates and create jobs.
Okay. Recycling helps prevent global climate change to a great extent by minimizing energy spent on industrial production. With helping, people recycling, that will help the global climate dramatically, really. I mean, the energy spent on industrial production and things like that. Some of the major fossil fuels used in most industries include coal, diesel, gasoline. These emit harmful gases such as methane, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, to the environment, harmful gases to the environment. These, by processing this fresh raw material, also creates toxic materials which pollute the environment by reducing the energy that's used.
This one, basically what we're trying to involve is, instead of constantly cutting down fresh raw material, we're going to try to recycle it and renewing and reusing old material, like for example newspapers, other paper products. Instead of just randomly cutting down more countless forests and just destroying rainforests and stuff like that, reuse old newspapers. You can always take old material and renew it. I mean, it goes through all this process, but it can be reused. and then bam, you take an old newspaper, you got yourself a newspaper, and just like New Daily Planet or something like that. Aluminum cans, plastics and stuff like that, you can reuse that, and you got yourself new soda to use instead of constantly going out and going through that long industrial process of just making your new plastic bottle, can stuff, etc., etc., etc. Recycling will cut down, and it's like helps take out landfills and stuff like that instead of constantly remaking this.
Recycling saves space for waste disposal. As it says, more landfills are popping up all over the country, including the soil and water and whatnot. If we recycle more, then the landfills would cut down and there would be a lot less pollution in the ground and stuff.
Recycling, we use a lot of natural resources to make new items. So if you just recycle, we take like the raw material, make new items so for less cost, make the manufacturing costs go down, make more jobs, and be great for the town and country, and great opportunities for new jobs, help the economy.
Well, as you can see, the PowerPoint's over and most of our representation is. So I just want to recount on some things that we went over. How recycling helps with the environment, economy, and etc. We also want to talk to you about our experiences with our jobs. I, Joey and Ryan, went to the vocational school. We helped move some stuff out and make it a lot greener. Chris went to the library and taught youth about recycling. And that comes in.
In conclusion, what we're trying to do is, I mean, we've all heard about recycling, you know, it's everybody's heard, you know, recycling, it's been around for ages. But what we're trying to do is get the youth to get into a good habit of recycling and the community to recycle, which will help things be cleaner and save the community money. That's what our project was about. Y'all got any questions?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, how'd you come up with your name?
He said that y'all were going to ask that. Actually, he was like, what are you going to explain it? But anyway, actually, we were sitting in the classroom the first couple of days and we thought of a name for our project. You know, we're simply wanting to recycle, get people in a good habit. And I was thinking, well, I was like, how can we be aggressive? You know, a kind of aggressive name. So, you know, Sopranos, The Don. So we thought that, you know, as an aggressive, you know.
So you're going to be the old mafioso?
So go green, get it right, or pay the price. We thought it'd be kind of, you know, nice and catchy.
Entertaining.
Explain to me a little bit more your entrepreneurial part of this project.
What we plan to do is go from school to school, from county to county, teaching the children and youth of the community to recycle, run some programs and do some fun little activities that would get them in recycling moods. And that,
Good habits.
and we
One
will
thing I wanna
charge a
add,
fee.
I did, at the library, I created some bulletin boards when I worked with the youth. I created some small programs they can look at because, you know, the youth is like youngly influenced by anything that you throw out. They're strongly influenced by like cartoons, violence, anything that you can possibly throw at them. So if we can impact the youth with a recycling type program, when they get older, for generations to come, this can be passed down to them. So like you don't have to worry about random landfills and stuff. Most likely what we're trying to impact on them is if we can get them into this recycling process, we will not have to worry about it like hammering this hard down in the future when this situation really becomes like a problem.
A safer and healthier community. I mean, if it's a habit to them, like you said, it will be passed on, and it'll be, safer and healthier community. If everybody's involved, it would help.
What have each of you done personally changed about yourselves?
Actually, I really didn't really care about recycling, to be honest. I mean, I never thought of going green, but coming to this program, it's kind of funny, which is kind of corny, but now I do. The tubs they give you for your house, I actually put my recyclables in it. I never thought anything about it, but since we've been here, it's kind of gave me a habit to recycle, to make it look, cleaner and healthier.
The one you're going to keep?
Huh?
Is it one you're going to keep doing?
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, I've even got my parents to do it, and they don't even recycle. My dad drinks Coke products in aluminum cans, and I actually, I've got him throwing them in the separate buckets. We actually have 2 now, because I've got my family doing it. I thought that was really nice, that we've all got a good habit, to do that.
Next. I want to hear from everybody. What are you changing about yourselves?
It's basically what Ryan said. I've started noticing more things that could be done. Volunteering with some recycling programs and so on and so on. And,
What do you find yourself doing with your water bottle these days?
these days I usually have a little separated and drop them off in one of the locations.
We've actually tried to contact Walmart because we also thought of an idea, because when we got into this habit, we actually thought of a leadership idea actually. We wanted to call, but we couldn't get a hold of anybody at Walmart. But we wanted to set up bins at Walmart because people, if you think, everybody goes to Walmart, Kroger's, that's where a lot of people go. We want to set bins up because if you're going to go shopping, you won't say, well, hey, I want to go here to the Woodlawn, 331 North Woodlawn to drop off my recycling. When we go to Walmart, I can just drop them off there. So that's one thing another leadership idea we wanted to do. I just want to add that in there.
And they have the mobile units that if it was sitting there in the parking lot, I mean,
Really
you
good
don't
idea.
need to throw your stuff in the car, go to Walmart, put stuff in there, and then go in the store.
You can take your plastic bags there.
Can you take plastic
Plastic
bags?
bags.
I was thinking, recyclables, people go to
Papers
Walmart.
and-
Instead of going to the drop-off, you just go to Walmart.
I mean, it is an effort, it is an effort you consciously have to make. Like, I have a little recycling thing in my office, and I will have to actually take it somewhere because there's nothing there. So it is an effort you have to make. But thanks for making everybody aware of that. Okay, how has it changed you?
I go to church over here and they have like recycling bins. I just got my own tub. It's not a recycling tub really. I didn't buy one, but we have some old garbage cans. So I just throw them in there and every time I go to church, like Wednesdays or Sundays, I just go drop them off over there now. I try to get my church to recycle more.
Okay, I would have to say I haven't really changed about myself, but I have learned job opportunities and stuff like that. People are always saying there's less job opportunities and stuff like that. Well, this recycling thing is one heck of a job opportunity. People can go out and just like, instead of going to factories and making this stuff over, they can actually recycle and like come up with this awesome program to like find certain materials, I guess, like metal surgery or something. Go out, search for stuff like this, plastic, so forth and so on. And this can be actually broke down in like different types of jobs and just the recycling. So like people can just come up with this job. Now this is what I have to say I've learned, is people can come up with the job that involves recycling and start it and get paid minimum wage, I guess, with it. 8 hours a day, who knows?
Any more questions?
What did you help move out of the vocational center? You said you helped make it go green.
We moved a bunch of renovated stuff like material. They're wanting to actually go geothermal,
Right?
and we helped them move some of the old stuff so they can get all that equipment in there.
Oh, okay.
And we're still working on it. Next week will be the last week, and we still got a little bit more to go to move out of there.
So are you all gonna continue with, are you gonna try to keep pushing? Are you gonna keep calling Walmart, or are you gonna,
Well,
now that everything's done, or what are you
I
gonna do?
tried
You
to
gonna let
get
it
a
drop, or
hold,
you
but
gonna
they
keep
kept
going?
kind of giving me the runaround. They kept giving me the runaround. Try to call the manager and it run around, manager run around. I mean, I don't think that.
Sometimes it's best to show up in person.
Right.
I thought that, but honestly, we didn't show up in person.
We'll try
There
next
might be other places
I just
that
thought
would
it'd be
be
a good idea.
equally as valuable besides, just besides Walmart. I mean, you might want to talk to Kroger or somewhere else.
Y'all got any more questions? Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We're going to show you a video of how we want to convert Freedom Memorial Park eco-friendly.
The movie that we just showed you is how our park looks now and what we want to put in it to convert it to eco-friendly. We want to make Grand Memorial Park into a park that the citizens of Marion County can be proud of. This park is something that not only could be an attraction for Lebanon, but could also show other surrounding counties that Lebanon cares about its environment. We're going to tell you exactly how we want to convert our park and the ways we found to fund it. At the park, we want to use equipment that will save energy and water and equipment that will also not harm the environment. It will cost a substantial amount of money to convert the park, but in the long run, this conservation will actually save the park and the city money.
We went online and searched for play equipment that would be beneficial to the environment. We were able to find play equipment at Legacy Playground that is made from all reused plastic, metal, and wood. This is good for the environment because it's using things that have been used before and making of this product will not harm the environment in any way. On the playground, the mulch also be rubber that can be reusable. We're using plastic, metal, and wood on playground equipment, and using reusable mulch can protect the wildlife habitat and make sure that these items do not end up in landfill, which also saves money and it makes for less destruction of the earth's natural beauty.
The bathrooms need to be taken completely out. They are disgusting. We want the bathrooms to have automatic sinks that will save about 31% off the water bill. Low flush toilets that will save between $50 and $100 a year. Recyclable toilet paper, automatic hand dryers that will save 33% off the electric bill a month. A tankless water heater, which will also save about 10% off your bill a month. Sensor soap dispensers, and we also have organic soap in the dispensers. We also want to get rid of the water fountains and put in automatic timer water fountains. Changing the water fountains, you can save around 20% off of your water bill a month. In the bathrooms, we also want to have motion sensor lights and have the energy saver light bulbs. Using all this equipment can save the park money. You know that the percentages and the rough estimates may not sound like a lot right now, but you have to think about how the money will add up over the years.
To take care of the park, we're going to use all eco-friendly products to clean the bathrooms. These products will be renewable, free of dyes and scents, recyclable or recycle themselves, non-toxic, phosphate-free, and biodegradable as far as keeping the actual park maintained, such as mowing the yard, planting flowers, and taking care of the weeds and things like that. We are hoping that inmates from the Marion County Detention Center could come and make sure that the park stays maintained on the work release. We found a grant from TBWD TRPA grants. The grant is called Recreation Grant Program and it is used for outdoor recreation. The application deadline is by July of 31st every year and the limit possible is to receive $500,000. This is enough money to pay to get all the equipment needed to convert the park and more. The estimated total that we came up with to pay this conversion is $1,507.789. And the grant that we found is more than enough to pay for it. We thought that the trees and flowers could be donated from the local nurseries and that we could refurnish the wood from the benches to make it new benches and picnic tables.
For our leadership part of the JLM program, we participated at Central Kentucky Community Action Head Start Department. We helped Judith Moffitt and Martha Bell sort out and deliver things to LaRue County, Meade, Elizabethtown, New Haven, Bardstown, Willisburg, Springfield, and St. Catherine. We had to put together boxes of school supplies for every Head Start classroom. These boxes consisted of handbooks, which we had to bind together, take-home folders, pens, scissors, tape, permanent markers, glue, markers, coloring pencils, crayons, folders, staples, duct tape, and Post-its. We went to the storage building and divided pantyhose, books, dolls, dry erase boards, chocolate milk straws, binders, paper dividers, mailing tags, photo paper, and a variety of different supplies the classrooms may need to do projects and complete assignments. At the storage building, we also had to go through boxes of books and deliver them to the schools as well. There were clothes donated from New York, and we were required to go through them and fold them up and separate them into categories of boys, girls, infants, youth, men's, and women's. Once we had separated every item of clothing, we took the boxes of clothes and donated them to Goodwill. While we were in the Head Start office, we binded books together, folded papers, counted out toothbrushes, and counted assorted papers. On Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, we all piled onto a school bus and delivered the books and school supplies to all the Head Start classrooms. Next week, we will be helping to clean up Floral Hall and set it up for the bus driver orientation. And these are pictures of what we did.
We ended up binding like 600 to 800 books, by the way. We had to do like 600 English and
50 or 100 Spanish.
50 or 100 Spanish.
The green part of our project is the conversion of Green Memorial Park, and also how we reuse several items at Community Action by recycling boxes, donating used clothes to Goodwill, and the books that the Head Start classroom received were also donated. The entrepreneurial part of our project was we created a company that searches for bathroom necessities, play equipment, and scenery needed to convert public parks green. The leadership portion of our project is when we worked at Community Action, we volunteered to help get the Head Start classrooms prepared to open.
Okay, and then here's a list of all the things we changed in the process. The play equipment, which is all reused wood and plastic and metal, would cost around $161,000, and we come back from Legacy Playground. The low flush toilet is going to cost, was $319?
$319, I think, yeah.
And then automatic sensor water fountain, we didn't get a picture of it. That's going to cost around $84.47. And then the bathroom sink, which is right here, is going to cost $95. The rubber mulch for 2,000 pounds will be $580. The active eye motion sensor, which is here, would cost about $30. The light bulbs,
Y'all know the spiral light bulbs.
they're going to cost about $16.88. The motion sensor hand dryer is going to cost $81. And then we found toilet paper that was reusable, recycled toilet paper. And it's called 7th Generation One-Ply Toilet Paper. It's $101 for a case of it, of 100. I think that's right. And then the trash can, the recycled trash can, is going to cost about $142.86. And then cleaning products, we want to use all organic cleaning products that wouldn't harm the environment in no way. And they're going to cost around $15.87. And then the toilet paper holder is going to cost about $5.99. And then the soap dispenser will be $34.99. And the grand total is $157.89.
So now that you have all heard our presentation, we hope that we have answered any questions you may have had. Let's give Lebanon something to be proud of and convert Plain Red Memorial Park into an eco-friendly park. We hope that we have your support in converting Red Memorial Park into an eco-friendly park. We thank you and really appreciate your time.
Can we ask a few questions?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just curious, because you talked about the city, saving the city money. At any point during this, did you ever talk to the city or John Thomas or any officials to ask them maybe if they'd already applied for this grant ever, you know, if they knew anything about it?
What is that one man that come in?
That's John Thomas.
No, not
Keith
him.
Brock.
Hunt Brock.
Keith Brock.
No, the one that come in and told us about the grant.
But I don't remember what his name was. The man,
The one that used to be in charge of it.
Bobby Clark.
Yes.
he came in and he told us that we should apply, like, look up this grant and what we should go about to do to get the park converted. But as far as like talking to someone that asked if they actually had already applied for it, we had.
idea?
Well, see, our original idea was to build a whole new park and start from scratch and everything. But with the grant and having to go about having to find the land and stuff, we needed a more reasonable idea to come up with. So we decided to go and convert our park into eco-friendly.
We figured that we needed something that could just like be eco-friendly and really do the park.
Did read at the back of the nasty.
Me and her walked in one, we were like, wow.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time there with my kids, yeah. So I'm just gonna, this is just a suggestion. You guys have one more week to do this next week.
Yes.
Is that right? What about maybe going to visit the city hall and talking to them about this grant, and if nothing else, getting bathrooms done? I mean, you know, I'm sure they write a lot of grants, and you know, I'm sure they may already know about this, but maybe you could do kind of a joint effort and make them aware and tell them all the things that you found out. And you know, sometimes you want to start small, and that sure would be a good project is to get a grant to convert those bathrooms. So
I'm sure John Thomas would.
I mean, I'm sure John Thomas would listen. So maybe next week you guys can go see him and try to. When you call, yeah, what's your name? When you call the park consulting firm bathrooms project?
Yeah,
We'll do that. Thanks, lady.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. We are the Gaians. The reason why we chose this name is because it is, in Greek mythology, it is the goddess or god of nature. We are constructing a community garden. Oh, sorry, excuse me. For starters, I'm Lauren
I'm
Taylor.
Javonda Beans.
I'm Christopher Means.
And of course, Jacob is not here.
Jacob Giles. We didn't have a fifth person in our group. We just had one. But for starters, I'm just going to give you an overview of our project. We are constructing a community garden in Lebanon. What we're doing is having a garden in one of the housing places in Lebanon, which is Hamilton Heights. We're going to have a plot of land where we're going to grow different vegetables at different seasons. What we're going to do after that is after we get the vegetables, we're actually going to sell them for half price to the community members of that community. They'll have first dibs, obviously. The rest will go to the local farmers market, which is also located in Lebanon. We'll sell the produce there, and the profit that we get from that, half of it we will take, the rest will go back into the garden and, you know, the next, you know, keeping the garden going. After that, we decided to have give you a little insight on where the farmers market originated, and sorry, I didn't know what's there.
Well, you know, I was always taught as a youngin', you don't know where you're going till you know where you came from. And I wasn't really interested in like the roots of the farmers market in Spain and Greece and all that. Like it's up there. It has extensive roots way over there. They've been growing vegetables and selling them forever. But I was more interested in the United States. And in Alexandria, Virginia, there's a working farmers market that's been in business since 1753, I believe, if my date agrees with me. Now, 1753, that's quite a while. It is like the oldest and most successful farmers market in the United States. And there have been rumors that George Washington sent his produce to this particular farmers market to sell it there. It's like nuts.
Okay. Before we could get this started, we had to have a plot of land, obviously. We couldn't just grow one in our backyard, otherwise it wouldn't be community-oriented. And that's what we were really shooting for, is we wanted this to be a go-green entrepreneurial business in a community. And so in order to do that, we had to meet with a array of people, and Wanda is going to talk about that.
We actually met with the executive director of the Lebanon Housing Authority, which is also located in Lebanon. He's everything has to go through him to even be presented. So we actually pitched this to him in his office. As you can see, there's a picture of us. And he actually thought it was a really great idea because, of course, we don't have a community garden. So
he thought it was great. And he kind of wrote us a letter of recommendation. Would you like me to read it to y'all? Okay. It says, to whom it may concern, the Lebanon Housing Authority has granted land to be used for a community garden. This garden will be tended by the Gaias, which will be us and Jacob, which is the local green entrepreneur team. After I revised and approved their plans for this garden, the team and I have come to the agreement of half of the profit going back to communities garden to maintain and upkeep the continual process. We have also allowed the community members to have a discount on the produce that is grown there. The remaining produce will be sold at the local farmers market in Lebanon, Kentucky. Overall, this project will not only benefit our housing community, but it also gives these students a chance to experience and obtain a leadership position to an entrepreneurial business. The project is green-based and will be a benefit to the environment. They're also constructing a compost pile for the community members to discard their compostable garbage. This is a good way for the community to recycle and help maintain the garden. In conclusion, I wish these students the best of luck and hope to see a successful garden soon. Respectively yours, James Creighton, which is, like I said, the executive producer, director of Lebanon Housing Authority. And a compost pile is kind of like when they take decomposable stuff and just match it down so it can like execute some expenses for fertilizer in the future, which will give us more money to help maintain and upkeep the garden.
And it's a way for the community to give back as in the recycling aspect, where they're not throwing all their garbage into landfills and all that stuff. They're actually going to give it back to the community garden. And it's just like paper products and left scraps and food like that, but still, that makes really, really good fertilizer for the garden, and we cut back on expenses in a huge amount. And on that, in the expenses aspect, we had to decide how many different types of vegetables we were going to sell in order to be a successful business. And whenever you're doing gardening, it's better to start small and then expand. So you want, basic vegetables that you're going to grow, that are going to have good yield, that's going to profit. So what we had to do is decide on which of those vegetables they would be. And what we did was we picked 4, and Chris is going to talk about the expenses and the vegetables and the reason behind this.
Well, first of all, we were going to need like a lot of different things before we started this garden. We're going to need Miracle-Gro, we're going to need seeds, sprinkler heads, hoses, pesticides, and we calculated all that, and it came out to be about $26. After tax, it would be $27.35, and then we picked the seeds. We saw how many seeds were on there, and they were guaranteed to grow. Well, everything nowadays is guaranteed, but they were guaranteed to grow at least 90%. But we didn't believe that. We were just like, well, we'll calculate 50% yield. Now, there were 30 cucumber seeds. So we cut that to 15. We think we're going to get at least 5 working plants, and that will come out to about $37.50 for us because we're going to sell them 3 for $1. And then next are tomato plants. These are going to be our money makers because like everybody buys tomatoes, and like we're hoping to get at least 10 to 15 working plants, and 10 to 15 working plants is going to produce quite a bit of tomatoes. So that's going to come out to be about $625. Then next we had squash. That we wanted to get like 5 working plants at least, and that would come out to be $37.50 also because we're going to sell those $1 a basket. About £1.50 probably in a basket. And then our last one was going to be corn for this particular season. And we were hoping that we would get like 5 to 10 working stalks. Yeah, that's a lot of corn too. So we're going to end up with about $125 out of corn. And we thought about other vegetables, but then it was like too late in the season, not going to really yield correctly. It's going to be like way too much money than it's worth. So overall we would come out with $825 after we, overall we would come out with $825 after like all the expenses and everything, and that would actually come up to $412.50 after our 50% donation back to the community, and that $412.50 would just be split among the group.
So overall, it would be a really good profit. And we wanted this project to keep on going and keep on giving back. and we wanted it to be seasonal because you can have a garden during the fall and grow pumpkins. And we were thinking that we would have a pumpkin patch during the fall and maybe in the spring maybe grow flowers. It can be, you know, a seasonal process that goes on. And in order to keep this going, we had to figure out a way that we could get someone else involved whenever we go to college, and Vonda will talk about that.
We actually, we kind of went out and met with these people, like, actually, well, Miss Smith was here on a couple occasions, which is, she's a 5th grade teacher at Lebanon Elementary, and I asked her, would she think that Miss Royce would allow her to, you know, take walking field trips to the community garden as we all go to college. Of course, we're not going to be here to maintain it, and she was like, she probably would allow it, and that she would allow her class to do that because, of course, it's really good for the children to be leaders and help out the community so they can see how important it is for the community to be together. So she said that she will allow her 5th grade class to actually go and maintain and upkeep the garden as we're all off to college. And it's not like only leadership, it's like very good educational because
it would provide like a real world application for the science classes and things. You know, when somebody just comes in just spitting a whole bunch of facts at you, it's not really that appealing. But when you actually have something tangible that you can watch it grow and you can actually just see it come from budding up to vegetables, you're gonna learn a lot better that way.
And we also talked to the housing authority, and they have a silver sneakers thing where the elderly
silver program,
silver program.
And Miss Pamela said that she would also allow, not Pamela, Susie, and that she would like allow them to go every now and then and check on the garden when the 5th graders can't be there. So we really actually want to put this into action because it's a good thing for the community to actually be involved and see, you know, how this stuff actually works instead of somebody else maintaining it and they're just buying the produce. They can actually see how it grows, how much work it takes to keep up an actual garden.
And all in all, this is a project that we think could actually be in progress without us even being here. And after that, you know, the profit could go to maybe a science program that they have at the school if the school was the ones that was going to help with it. But it could go on and on. And throughout this project, we've also been placed at a job site. Our job site was the recycling center in Lebanon. And what we did is we went there 3 days out of the week, and we went through the recycling bins and placed things where they were supposed to be because people are lazy and they kind of just throw bags on the ground and we have to go through it. And I mean, it's great that you recycle, but you know, whenever other people have to come up and you know go through the trash and put it where they're supposed to be, it's kind of aggravating. But it was a really good experience because you see all the stuff that can be used again, and it's, you know, there's so many things that you throw away that can be reused and recycled, and the stuff that we actually went and saw the landfill and saw like how huge it was and that all that garbage is going to be there for decades and decades and decades, and how you could just take, you know, a little bit of your time and recycle and stuff. And that's what we did for our job sites. It was a really good experience. We had a really good time doing it because it was hands-on and fun. But well, this is our project. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate y'all's
any questions? We have pictures.
We also have seeds for you.
Actually flowers.
They're flowers. They're not vegetables.
And these right here,
they're native plants.
These are native plants, so they're not going to take over your yard and kill everything.
We actually got those from Salado Wildlife Museum. We actually took a field trip there. It's pretty fun. We seen the native plants and how they actually grow and become habitats for butterflies. It was a really neat experience, and we actually got those and brought them back for you guys. Really, we did.
Do you guys have any questions for us or anything?
Yes, I do. So this has not actually been implemented.
No, we
not
have
our actual community garden, but we
have a working garden. We have a working.
It's not actually community yet.
It's not. We haven't got to.
Where is your garden?
It's in my uncle's yard. J.K. Harrigan. He lives downtown. We actually went there and helped out a little bit. That's where the bucket came from.
Looks like we're in the rainforest.
Yeah.
But we haven't actually put the community garden in progress. He actually recommended that we do it. He gave us approval, but he said it will be a little late this season
Yeah, because
to
he
actually
wouldn't-
start it unless we wanted to do some flowers. So we're kind of like waiting. It's been postponed a little bit, but this garden right here, we actually went and worked in and, you know,
Helped harvest.
yes, couldn't get my words together.
Tomatoes are amazing.
Yeah, we brought one back in April.
We brought
Make
them
sure you
back,
bring
cut
them
it up,
back
put
for
the
them.
salt on it.
Oh, yeah.
Tomato myself.
Alrighty.
Make sure you remember that.
Okay.
Have you thought about maybe having the residents of the housing authority also in with the community garden?
We discussed it, but we didn't think it would be a good idea because of like,
He
you know.
didn't think it would be a good idea because he said that he had community gardens in the past, and
They didn't work
whenever
out
the
too
Whenever the residents worked on it.
residents worked in them, there was fights
Yeah.
over like
Over
who bought
who-
what.
Which
Yeah.
vegetables?
So we discussed that with him, and he said that it would be a better idea if we ran it and they could have like a cheaper,
Discount.
like they could have a discount.
Yeah.
We did actually run that by him.
Mhm.
He
But he
does-
said, no, that wouldn't be a good
no
idea because he's literally witnessed fights over a tomato or a squash or
Yeah,
something.
he said he has literally witnessed like senior citizens. I'm not talking just 65. I'm talking like 82. And like these people were in this garden like rolling over who gets the tomato plants. And
Mhm.
so like it would be better if outside.
We would like for the residents too,
if
but
we're just outside looking in, if we just ran it and then first come first serve.
Mhm.
in the silver program, it's like actually residents of the housing, so that probably ties in with the.
With the silver program,
And
they
what you
have-
said you would do again with the profit?
we're going to donate 50% to the upkeep of the garden.
So we can expand it. Like we were thinking in the future, maybe getting a greenhouse so you could grow flowers, maybe petunias for Christmas or something like that. Like we wanted to expand the garden. We were starting small, but we wanted to have profits so that we can make it bigger.
They're like
How big is
multiple
the patch
expenses.
of land at the housing authority?
He
Have you
hasn't
seen it?
No, we haven't
Oh
seen
man,
it
we
yet.
hadn't really discussed.
He had to go on vacation.
But yeah.
The next
Yeah.
week after we talked
So
to
is
him.
this something you're gonna plan continuing after this project, or is this just, what
Oh, no,
happens now?
We plan to do it after this is over. So
Yeah.
we really want to do this.
Yeah, because like
We think it's a good idea for the community.
we thought about it like we were not going
It was
to, but then,
hypothetical
like,
at first, but then we
it was
started learning
hypothetical
more
at
about
first,
it.
and
But
then we're
it's
like,
really
well,
gonna
this
be-
isn't really too far fetched. We could
Yeah.
actually do
Especially
this.
if we could get like the school system and stuff involved.
After we had got them involved, we were thinking that it probably could be that we are actually going to start a community garden.
If you are going to do this, someone else you probably wanna talk to is FFA.
Yeah.
They would.
Oh, we hadn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about
You
that.
could somebody good to bring in.
Well, right, because, I was gonna ask why you want seeds instead of
He might be
starter
able to
plants.
germinate our seeds in the greenhouse.
Well, whenever you
Starter
get
plants are
into,
pretty much a given versus seeds.
whenever you do the FFA greenhouse, because I've
Yeah.
been FFA member for 4 years,
What was your
it's-
condition?
I was vice president. It's a really good program, but it's more expensive than what you would think, as opposed to growing our own. And right now, starting up, we're trying to use as least money as possible. And they do have really, really good plants, but they don't have corn and they don't have squash. The only thing that they grow is tomatoes and flowers. So we could get our tomato plants there, yes. But as far as cucumbers and squash and corn, they don't grow it.
Well, but they could get their service learning hours.
That's true. If they wanted to work for hours, yes. Because
That's
there
what
is
the
a
fifth
program
graders-
now.
This fifth and the fifth graders have to do hours now too, so.
Daniel Mattingly, he put in a program where they have to have so many points in order to go on a field trip or in order to stay in the club. And it would be a good way. And I could definitely talk to him, and that would be no problem at all. I mean, none at all. For him to allow people to come out and work on the garden. So, that would be a really good idea.
But we
I
didn't
didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all, but yeah, definitely. They could help us out for sure.
Did you all try to go out and set up a farmer's market yourself and see how it went?
We actually did, me and Jacob, we went to the farmer's market to see how it was, and we all actually went and took
One
some of
time,
these
yeah.
pictures once. We didn't.
We actually
whenever
talked
we
to
all
them, got
went-
feedback, but we
Mhm.
never sit behind the.
Yeah, we
desk
never
and
sat.
actually saw everything.
But we went and talked to them, we actually saw the setup and everything like that, and
He gave us some really good pointers, but he said his tomatoes were by far the best sellers. And sometimes
So
came out
that's
with watermelon.
one reason. That's one reason why we chose tomatoes and corn, because corn, they said, it sold very well, because I didn't really think that corn would be that great. But talking to them, and obviously they have an idea, they said that was probably the best things to go for.
Now, one thing Chris mentioned was about pesticides. Now, you might need to research that a little bit more because a lot of people want organic, and so they need to see, you need to be careful with the pesticides.
How did you figure out your pricing? I mean, really?
We
Or no, I mean, like
These
for,
pricing?
yeah, the pricing.
Farmers market. That's where we
You got what they're doing?
Yeah, we saw what they had, and you know, we actually we added some money to it because we are community based, and we assumed that the customers would buy something that is community oriented versus just a normal farmer. Because we were going to have signs up saying help our community garden. This is a program that's dealing with students, and it's an entrepreneurial program for us. Go green, all that stuff. Because we just assumed that people would rather buy for a cause than just buying.
Yeah, and no matter how much we try not to, a name and an organization does persuade us in our buying and our whatever we wear.
It's like the Nike swoosh.
Yeah,
you see it and
you see it and you know immediately what they're talking about. Like you can just associate a name with the product.
Y'all learned anything new today?
Did we?
Yeah. What you learn?
Yes. What did you all learn today?
I learned that Vonda knows how to grow a garden.
Never would have thought, would you?
Wouldn't have thought.
Well, thank you guys for your time.
Make sure you all grow your flowers and tell us how they go.
Well, you might have to come do it for me. I don't have much of a green thing. There's a reason why there's farmers market for people like me.
And this is our group tables. This is me, Lynn.
This is me, Donna.
And Leandra, she's not here. She currently had a baby.
This is me, Nikki.
This is me, Lexi. And this is our business card. Our business card, maybe click one more. Our business card consists of our address, our phone number, the people involved, and what we do. And our name is Dangles, and we make recycled jewelry. And our motto is saving the earth one piece of jewelry at a time. The roles of our members: Lynn is the team leader and the executive in charge of sales and production. Donna and Nikki are in charge of the production of the recycled earrings. Leandra is the financial invoicing and purchasing supplies, shipping merchandise. And Lexi is the internet and local retailer of the recycled jewelry.
Have you ever just thrown out jewelry because it was broken or out of style? Our mission is to show people that just because something is broken, unwanted, or old, doesn't mean you can't take it apart and use it as something else.
What we're going to do about it is we're going to make earrings out of broken jewelry donated from our fellow classmates. And we spent most of our time during this program making these recycled earrings. We plan on selling them for $2 a pair. We made about 65 pairs so far, and after the 6-week program, some of us plan on continuing making them for fun and maybe to sell.
Our totals, whenever we started out, we needed some of the materials, which cost about $26. And then with a total of with the 26 and then dividing it into the 65, each pair of earrings only cost us 40 cents. And then selling them at $2, we got a profit of $1.60 per pair. And then if we sell all 65, we'll have a profit of $104. Some of the materials that we needed were hooks and pins, which we have gold and silver for the different colors. And then we have Ziploc bags and all of our pliers. And then we have the beads that they were donated. Okay, and then how to make them, first you have to figure out what kind of beads you would like and get you a pin. Let's see. And then put the kind of beads that you want onto the pin. And with anything extra, You have to like leave a little bit so you can curve it back over. You take it and kind of, I normally take and kind of curve it over a little bit because it makes it easier. And then the hook that goes into the ear, you kind of slide it over. And then take the other ones and bend it backwards. Which kind of is difficult to do because you have to make sure you have the earring part like in it whenever you put them. And like whenever you bend it back, try and like to bend it back into where the little back into the bead, because that way they won't come off.
Okay. And our teamwork, we brought our creativity together to make the earrings. We also passed out our flyers and our business cards together, and everybody brought in their own jewelry for everyone's use.
How we got the word out? We passed out flyers at Walmart, Kroger, Save-A-Lot, gas stations, and we also passed out our business cards.
We are community oriented. People from the community donated their old jewelry. They bought the earrings, putting money back into our program, therefore allowing us to buy more materials to sell.
And these are some of the earrings that we made.
As well as on our body.
And we also have some over here.
Our volunteer work. Leanne and Donna went to the village of Lebanon. Nikki and Lexi went to the caring closet, and Leandra had her baby. And there's Leandra's baby.
The caring closet. 2 of us went to the caring closet and we volunteered Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we helped organize the donations brought in. We cleaned, we organized, we color coordinated, and we also helped manage sales. And these are some pictures of us in the caring closet.
The Caring Closet is a consignment store that takes donations from the community and sells them to help raise money to support the Caring Place. The Caring Place is an organization that provides shelter and counseling for women and children who have been a victim of domestic violence. And we have a video to show you which shows what the Caring Place is all about, what they're trying to help. What is the Village of Lebanon? It's a place for elderly people to go and get assistance with their everyday lives. Also, in the same building is assisted living, which is elderly people as well, but they don't need as much help, and they can come and go when they feel.
What we did at the Village of Lebanon, we volunteered from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to 4. We helped with activities like bingo and games, and we also had movies. And we also did some of the paperwork. We took them outdoors. We passed out food, which there was certain ways you had to do it because some were diabetics and some that have certain foods. These are some of the pictures, like y'all see, and they also had a band that played. They had a luau and part of the band. Some of the things that they did to make it green is they do have a lot of things that's already out there. They recycle all their cardboard boxes, which is the bin and stuff outside. And they also have boxes for paper that you put in to be recycled. And they also have, in some of the rooms, the lights, whenever you walk in, they come on automatically. And then whenever you leave, after a certain amount of seconds, they'll go off. And some of the things that we suggested was that the cans that they get be recycled as well, instead of just going to cardboard and the paper.
Okay, the 3 roles in learning are environmental, which we did by recycling our earrings, entrepreneurial, which we did by selling our earrings, and leadership, which we did by volunteering our time at the Village of Lebanon and the Caring Closet. Okay. Environmental, we took old unwanted jewelry and turned it into new wanted jewelry.
Entrepreneur. We sold our earrings to friends and family, and we plan on selling them to people in the community.
Leadership was whenever we volunteered at the Village of Lebanon and also at the Caring Closet.
And this concludes our presentation for Naples. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. Do you guys plan on pursuing this after this is over?
Yeah, I know. Like me and Donna, we really like doing it. It was really fun putting them together, and I think I will.
I like it. I enjoy it. It's something different because and it's also something to pass time too.
because if you do, just kind of something that popped in my head while I was watching your video, you could incorporate it with the carry closet and maybe sell your things down there or donate items to women that need to go on job interviews that need some jewelry. You know, everybody feels better for a little jewelry and looking their best, and so that could help. Or maybe getting them to help you, that kind of thing. So if you did pursue it, it might be worth kind of incorporating it with the carry closet, or maybe giving them some of the profits, or they might have something to donate.
Right.
Just an idea.
Any other questions?
How did you go?